The lion's secret rule: stop scrolling. I am serious. Stop. Listen to that sound. That is not a lion yawning. That is not a lion being playful. That is a 500-pound predator running a risk assessment on you. Most people think they know lions. Big cats. Manes, roars, Africa. Seen one documentary, seen them all. Right, wrong, dead wrong. In the next 15 minutes, I am going to destroy everything you thought you knew about the king of beasts. You will learn why a lion's roar is a weapon, not a sound. How lionesses run a mathematical algorithm to hunt. The terrifying truth about their tongue. Yes, the tongue. Why you glow at night like a video game target. And the saddest story in the animal kingdom, the exile of the young male. By the end of this video, you will not just understand lions. You will feel them. And you will never ever look at a golden mane the same way again. Let's begin. King's secret rule: the roar as a weapon. Start with the roar. A lion's roar reaches 114 decibels. That is louder than a chainsaw at 1 meter. Louder than a live rock concert. You can hear it from 8 kilometers away. That is 5 miles on a quiet morning. But here is what most wildlife documentaries do not tell you. That roar is not just communication. It is a sonic weapon. Scientists at the University of California recorded lion roars and played them back to zebras and wildebeest in the wild. The result? The prey animals did not just run. They froze for up to 15 seconds. 15 seconds of total paralysis. Why? Evolution has wired prey brains to recognize the lion's roar as an immediate death threat. The prey's nervous system literally shuts down. Now imagine that happening to you. You are walking through the savanna at sunset. You hear a deep rumble. Your chest vibrates. Your legs stop working. Your brain screams run, but your body says no. That is the power of the roar, and lions know it. They roar before a hunt on purpose, not to warn the prey, but to freeze them in place. The roar's hidden structure, but wait. There is more. A lion's roar is not a single sound. It is a layered attack. Here is the science. Lions produce 2 frequencies at the same time. A low-frequency rumble between 20 and 50 hertz. That is below the range of human speech. And a high-frequency cry above 400 hertz. The low frequency travels through the ground. You feel it in your chest, your stomach, your spine before you hear anything. Then 1 second later, the high frequency arrives through the air. Your brain gets confused. It cannot calculate distance or direction. Is the lion 100 meters away or 10? Is it to your left or right? By the time your brain figures it out, the lion has already closed half the distance. This is not luck. This is evolution. Lions that roared with this frequency pattern ate more prey. Those lions pass their genes to the next generation. The roar is not a sound. The roar is a biological missile. Hunting algorithm now forget the male lion with the Hollywood mane. The real military geniuses are the lionesses. A pride of lionesses does not hunt randomly. They run a real-time algorithm more sophisticated than most drone strikes. Here is how it works. Step 1, the scout. One lioness climbs a termite mound or tree. She watches the herd for 20 to 30 minutes. She counts the weak ones, the injured, the old, the young. She chooses her target. Step 2, the driver. A second lioness runs directly at the herd from downwind. Panic. The zebras or wildebeest scatter in a predictable pattern, always away from the threat. Step 3, the wings. 2 or 3 lionesses have already circled wide, moving into position while the driver was running. They are not chasing. They are calculating. Speed of the prey, angle of escape, wind direction. Step 4, the ambush. When the driver turns left, the wings close right. The target has nowhere to go. The nearest lioness springs from 30 meters, covering that distance in under 2 seconds. This is not brute force. This is geometry. And here is the terrifying part. Lionesses practice this strategy for 2 full years on small prey, hares, birds, baby antelopes, before joining a real hunt. Every attack you see on camera has been rehearsed hundreds of times. These are not wild animals. These are tactical units. The failed hunt, but here is the truth no nature documentary shows enough. Most lion hunts fail. 70 to 80% of hunts end with no kill. The prey escapes. The lions go hungry. A lioness can spend 6 hours stalking, sprinting, and fighting, only to watch her dinner disappear over a ridge. Why? Because the savanna is fair. The zebra has evolved to run, to kick, to zigzag. The wildebeest has eyes on the sides of its head, nearly 360-degree vision. So lions lose, again and again, and when they lose, they do not eat. A lion can survive 3 to 4 days without food, but after 5 days, the ribs show, the muscles weaken. The next hunt becomes even harder. That is the savanna's real law. You do not have to be perfect, you just have to be better than the prey once. One successful hunt out of 5 is enough to feed the pride. One moment of prey hesitation, one wrong step by a zebra, and the lion is there. Tongue. Now I want to show you something that will make you uncomfortable. Look at a lion's tongue. At first glance, it looks like any other big cat's tongue, pink, muscular, wet. But zoom in, covered in hundreds of tiny, backward-facing spines called papillae. Each spine is made of keratin, the exact same material as your fingernails and hair. But here, keratin is not soft. It is sharp, like tiny fish hooks. Why? Not for drinking. That is a myth. Lions scoop water with the curled sides of their tongue, not the spines. The real purpose is much darker. Those spines are meat rakes. When a lion bites into a carcass, the tongue scrapes backward. The spines catch every shred of muscle, every strip of tendon, every piece of fat. Nothing is left. In fact, a lion's tongue is so rough that zoos warn keepers never to let a lion lick bare skin. One single lick on your forearm would remove the top layer of skin. 3 licks, you would need stitches. 10 licks, you would see muscle. Now imagine that tongue on your neck. That is not an animal, that is a biological knife wrapped in fur. Glowing human. The sun sets on the savanna, temperatures drop from 40 degrees Celsius to 15. The wind changes direction. The shadows grow long. You think you are safe now. You are not. A lion's night vision is 6 times better than yours. But that is not the real advantage. That fact is repeated in every documentary. Here is what they leave out. Behind the lion's retina lies a reflective layer called the tapetum lucidum. It acts like a mirror. Light enters the eye, passes through the retina, hits this mirror, and bounces back through the retina a second time. That means the lion gets 2 chances to absorb every single photon of light. To a lion at night, a human being does not disappear into the darkness. You glow, not literally, of course. But from the lion's perspective, your body reflects starlight and moonlight so efficiently that you look like a lantern. Every movement you make, every nervous step, every shaky breath is amplified. The lion sees your fear before you feel it yourself. That is why lions hunt at night. Not because they are lazy, not because they are afraid of the heat, because at night, you are a glowing target on an empty field. Exile, now the saddest truth in the animal kingdom. Every male lion you have ever admired, every majestic mane, every powerful roar, every confident walk was once an exile. At 3 years old, the pride forces him out. No warning, no goodbye ceremony, no chance to say goodbye to his mother. One morning, he is drinking water beside his sisters. The next morning, the adult males chase him away with growls and bites. He runs. He does not look back. For 2 to 3 years, sometimes 4, he wanders the savanna alone. He cannot roar loudly. A roar would attract rival males who would kill him immediately. He hunts small prey alone, hares, birds, baby antelopes. He sleeps with one eye open, always near a tree or rock for escape. Most exiled males die. Starvation is the #1 cause. But hyenas kill them too. A single hyena is no match for a lion, but a clan of 20 hyenas will tear an exhausted young male apart. Crocodiles take them at water crossings. Other lions kill them in territory disputes. Only 1 in 8 exiled males survives to become a king. 1 in 8. That means when you see a fully grown male lion with a dark mane. You are looking at a survivor of a war that killed 7 of his brothers. The takeover, but survival is not the end. The young male, now 4 or 5 years old, finds a brother or cousin. 2 exiled males are stronger than 1. They form a coalition. They find a pride with an old king. They fight. These fights are not wrestling matches. They are wars. Teeth rip flesh. Claws open bellies. Roars of pain echo across the savanna. If the coalition wins, the old king limps away to die alone. And then comes the part that shocks most people. The new kings kill every cub in the pride. Every single cub fathered by the previous male. Why? Because lionesses will not mate while they are nursing cubs. Killing the cubs brings the females into heat within days. The new king can now father his own bloodline. Is it cruel? No, it is efficient. Nature does not reward kindness. Nature does not reward morality. Nature rewards the one who refuses to die. The lion is not a villain. The lion is a survivor. Why we worship them, why do humans, the smartest species on Earth, the species that landed on the moon and built the internet, put lions on our flags, our statues, our royal crests, our sports teams? We do not put hyenas on flags. We do not put zebras. We do not put wildebeest. Why the lion? Because the lion represents something we desperately want but rarely have. Certainty. Watch a lion walk. Slow, deliberate, no wasted movement. No looking left and right to see if the group approves. A lion never hesitates. It never asks for permission. It never looks back to check if the pride is following. Every civilization that conquered the world used the lion as a symbol. Rome, Persia, England, not because they loved animals, because they wanted to borrow that energy. That unshakable, unapologetic, absolute confidence. We look at the lion and we see the version of ourselves we wish we were. Confident, unbothered, and absolutely unapologetic about taking what we want. But here is the twist. The lion does not know it is a symbol. The lion does not know it is on your flag. The lion does not know you admire it or fear it. The lion is simply being a lion. That is the real lesson. We spend so much time trying to be impressive, trying to be respected, trying to prove our worth to strangers on the internet. The lion does none of that. The lion wakes up. The lion hunts. The lion rests. The lion protects its family. And then the lion does it again the next day. No anxiety. No imposter syndrome. No fear of what others think. So when you look at the lion, you are not looking at an animal. You are looking at a mirror. And the mirror asks you one question. Are you living like a king or are you waiting for permission? The savanna is quiet now. The hunt is over. The pride is fed. The king rests on his rock. But somewhere out there, a young exiled male is walking alone in the dark. 7 brothers lost. 1 chance left. That young male is you, not literally, but metaphorically. You are fighting your own exile, your own hunger, your own hyenas. So the next time you hear a roar in a documentary, in a video game, or in your imagination, do not turn away, look closer. Because the lion is not just an animal. The lion is a message. And right now, that message is staring directly at you. If you made it to the end, comment 1 word. Please subscribe for more wild stories and remember on the savanna of life. You are never the top of the food chain.